really a day for us to finalize our third down emphasis today and really get some work on that, as well as a really important, I think is going to be a huge part of the game, is takeaways and ball security. We spent a large part of time early in practice and individual just working our techniques and fundamentals on that. Was able to add up all the votes of our players, voted for our team captains, and offensively our players have nominated Max Brown and Zach Banner as our offensive team captains, and Adoree Jackson and Michael Hutchings as our defensive team captains. I'd love to congratulate those men. They've done a fine work over spring and summer to earn those positions. Issues and injuries. I know you'll be asking about Osa, but there's nothing new at this point in time from what I said yesterday, and I really can't comment on anything further there. Injury-wise, you saw YK come back today. He's feeling better. I don't think there'll be any issue with Yakili having a chance to play. Chad got a little bit more today, a little bit more progressive. We'll get another day tomorrow, warm him up for the game, and see how much he can do in the game. Hopefully we can get a couple series out of him. Obviously Chuma's starting there, and Marvell is really looking good right now. I don't see anything that's going to be an issue there. So right now, feeling really pretty healthy going into this game. I'm very fortunate. With that, I'll answer any questions that you have.
But the way Adoree might be used on offense this season, is that going to be more of a game planning, what you see on tape, versus the flow of the game when you're in there on a Saturday?
Yeah, we're a little bit deeper at receiver this year. You look at those wideouts, and I think that's going to allow Adoree to focus a lot on defense. Will we use him offensively throughout the season? Yes, but I don't think it'll be what you saw last year. Sometimes there was 15 to 20 plays. I think it'll be fewer, allow him to be what he truly is, which is one of the best corners in college football and a dynamic returner, both punt and kickoff. So, he's a guy that he's been thriving in that 80 play range, and we'll probably limit each and every game to probably 5 or 6 plays somewhere in there for him.
Got one more on Osa. Is there anything you can say on why suspension for the game but not practices?
Well, really, for us, it's out of our hands as coaches. It's a university, and we're basically doing all the guidance through the university. The university has allowed him to go to class, allowed him to practice, and allowed to do meetings. Anything past that, I can't comment on, but I appreciate the question.
Has there been a decision made at left guard, been switching a bit between Damian and Chris Brown?
Yeah, those two guys are probably going to split 50-50 time in the game. We'll sit down after tomorrow's practice and visit with Coach Callaway and see where we're going to start with. But I anticipate those guys playing a lot both in the game there. They've had terrific camps, and having both of them in there I think is advantageous for us. Keeps us fresh, and both of them are really talented players.
T's going to be calling plays for the first time on Saturday. You went through that not too long ago. What's the adjustment like to actually being in that seat with the pad or whatever you got out in front of you and calling plays?
Well, T's has done it before. It's just been a little bit, and it was the same for me. It's like riding a bike. You never forget how to do it. But it's something that I know he's excited about. He's trained for. At the end of last season, calling third downs. Now in spring, now in fall, I've been very, very impressed with him on the way he's handling it. And I expect great things from him. I really do. I know he's tremendously excited.
T said there were certain characteristics of certain play callers, and you had a different characteristic than other coaches that he's been with. Can you get a sense of what his style is like at this point, or do you grow into that?
Yeah, I like it. He's very aggressive. Like me, he believes in the run sets up the pass, and when you throw the ball, look for explosion plays, and so we're on the same mindset there, and that's what I appreciate. Obviously, everybody's got their little different quirks as a play caller, and T I hope ends up being 100 times better than me. Is what I really hope. That makes us a good football team.
Will you be able to veto a play on the headsets before it gets signaled in, or how will that?
No, what we usually do, Scott, is while a play is in series, you let the play caller go, and then when the series is over, you give what happened in that series, what defenses were played. Hey, T, these are some suggestions, and we get that from Coach Callaway and Coach Tommy Robinson in the run game, from myself and Tyson in the pass game. And on occasion I may throw out an explosion play in between series or a trick play or something like that I feel may be the right time, and if T calls it, he calls it. If not, he doesn't. But I'll always, be able to throw out a shot or two. But I won't veto play. It gets a play caller out of rhythm.
Will you be more involved in those conversations with the offensive side than you would be with Clancy and the defense?
No, I'm going to be on everywhere. You know, you see me out here both on the offense and defensive side and in special teams helping Coach Baxter. So I'm just an extra set of eyes. And one of the things that I have an advantage of, especially in the first game, is I just happened to work with the guy that was calling plays on the other side, you know, and to be able to throw out a note or two to all coordinators, whether it's special teams, offense, or defense. I think that's why I stepped back and stepped away from being a play caller, is to try to be a total game manager. So I will be able to communicate with each and every coordinator.
Do you feel a sense of added?
in the press box.
Oh yeah.
How was the choice there to put up there?
You know, really, KU has done a tremendous job. Actually did it with the Seattle Seahawks and was really, really good at it. And you could see in some of the mock games that we've done already, he just has a really good eye. And, you know, with Johnny Nansen also working with the front, as you can see with our outside linebackers, sometimes those are defensive ends also. We think we've got the best of both worlds. A great eye for the front up top, and then having the advantage of having Clancy and Johnny down low gives us a great communication aspect both in the secondary and with the front.
Do you feel a sense of added pressure going against Kiffin this Saturday?
No, yeah, I just think it's the next game. It just happens to be against the national champions and the #1 team in the country, and that's what I'm more excited about. It's not pressure; it's just the excitement to get on the plane, to go play. You know, we're in practice, I think, 27 right now, so it's you look forward to going and actually playing and not playing against each other. So that's what I'm most looking forward to.
For you, it's excitement, but I'm sure playing on such a big stage, especially for some of the younger guys, there's got to be some nerves there. What do you say to them? How do you address that?
Well, you try to do a couple things. I think that's a great question. You know, you try to do a couple things. One, we're leaving early. You know, we're leaving tomorrow night after practice, and we're going down to try to get comfortable with Dallas and to go to the stadium and practice. I went down there in June for the first time, and my mouth dropped when I saw the stadium. I can't imagine an 18-year-old walking in the stadium for the first time and saying, okay, let's go play a ball game. He'll be looking up at the screen for the entire game. So we're going to go down there Friday and practice. And just the biggest thing that I've told them is, and it started yesterday with Sam Cunningham, you know, just the advice of just doing your job and focusing on your job one play at a time, and don't get caught up in the grandness of the stage or the opponent you're playing. You know, you've played great players all through training camp. You're going to play great players on Saturday. How do you win games? You focus on your job. It's a great question.
Cedric's played 4 games there. Do you have any advice from Cedric?
Yeah, I think it's a good. I need to get some advice from Seth. I haven't asked him. That's a good point. Seth's played a lot of games in there. He's gone to a lot of championship games while he was in high school.
Are there any limitations at this point with Noah Jefferson being fine?
Noah's, fully clear. We've really, I think the doctors have done a tremendous job, and our strength and conditioning, one, building up his core, but two, managing him and really progressing him smartly rather than just throwing him back in there and doing 100 plays. We kind of progressed him where it was 15 plays and 20 and then 25 and gained momentum, and now he's at full speed and looks really good. I think he's going to help us a bunch Saturday.
Throughout the offseason, you preached all about ball, no distractions. What was kind of your reaction to have to deal with an off-the-field issue going into this last week?
Well, I think the biggest thing is, you got to focus on your job, and there's going to be distractions in Dallas. There's going to be TV cameras, there's going to be lights blazing, and the primary focus this week has been just about doing your job and focusing on your job and eliminating anything from fans to media to the grandness of the stage to an event that might come up. And for these kids, I think they're truly focused. I think you see that on the practice field, and I'm crossing both fingers. It transitions over to Saturday. Thank you guys. I appreciate y'all.